Hi everyone, this is Dr. Nitin Choda and this is part 2 of the video Fallout, the hidden truth behind the 4 executive orders signed by the President, the caveats, things you must know, the behind the scenes stuff that no one's going to talk to you about, reactions from the Republicans as well as the Democrats, and what you must know. In this video I'm going to focus on the President's offer to reduce income tax as well as reactions from both Republicans as well as Democrats. And as you can imagine, Democrats weren't happy, and what's interesting is some Republicans weren't very happy with what the President said either. So let's get into the reduction of income tax. The President said that he plans on reducing income taxes specifically for low income and middle income Americans if he's re-elected at the end of the year. He also talked about, and this was the big one, he talked about waiving the payroll tax. Currently it's deferred. He talked about waiving the payroll tax completely and forgiving the payroll tax payments. Now, setting aside the fact that this will lead to funding shortfalls for Medicare and Social Security, the second question is, why would you want to wait until you're re-elected to do that? Why not try and do it right now? This can also present legal challenges for the President because ultimately at the end of the day, this could be construed by many as an overreach of presidential power. It's up to you whether you think that's an overreach or not. I'll say this again and I'll say it again. For me, it's not about the red or the blue. It's about the red, white and blue. I'm not Democrat. I'm not Republican. I'm American. So for me, it's about the facts. The President said that if he wins re-election, he would seek to extend the deferral and somehow terminate the taxes that are owed. We're talking about payroll taxes. Now, he also said that if the Democrats are elected, if Joe Biden is elected into the White House, Joe Biden would raise taxes and it would result in less money into the pockets of Americans. Now, keep in mind again that the payroll taxes fund Social Security and Medicare, and it's unclear how these programs would get funding if the payroll taxes are not only deferred but also waived completely and then eliminated completely, and then on top of that reducing income taxes specifically for low and middle income Americans. Now, here's what's interesting. The low and middle income Americans are the Americans who've been impacted the worst by the pandemic. Individuals in travel, hospitality, leisure, individuals in entertainment, individuals in all of these industries that have been impacted the most, businesses that have been shut down. And these are the individuals who account for millions and millions of, you guessed it, votes. So that's what we have going on. And now I want you to think about this for a second, okay? Imagine if I said to you, I'm going to defer or postpone part of your taxes. This is me telling you that. I'm going to defer or postpone, not waive, okay? I didn't say waive. I'm going to defer or postpone part of your taxes, and you elect me as a president, and if I get elected, the taxes are forgiven entirely. Now, if the other guy gets elected, or the other guy or girl gets elected, oh no, you're going to have to pay it back. You are going to have to pay it back, my friend. On top of that, your taxes may increase. Now, what do you actually call that? Do you call it an incentive? Do you call it a bait? Do you call it a political maneuver? Do you call it a masterstroke? Do you call it genius? Do you call it a bribe? What do you call it? It's up to you what you call it. I will let you make that interpretation. You know what I call it? I call it a carrot. Here's what I mean. I call it you treating me like a rabbit and dangling a carrot in front of me. You don't need a whip to smack me on the behind. You simply dangle a carrot in front of me and then I run around the carrot. In fact, if a rabbit's sort of in the dark and you have a flashlight, you keep pointing the flashlight at the rabbit keeps running around because the rabbit gets confused. So all the person with the flashlight has to do is keep shining the flashlight over and over again, and then the rabbit keeps running around, round and round, and the rabbit's confused. And the rabbit's chasing the flashlight or running away from the flashlight. So there are a lot of rabbits out there. Okay, so now here are reactions from Republicans and Democrats. Ben Sasse, who's a Republican lawmaker from Nebraska, he's a Republican. He said, and I quote, "The pen and phone theory of executive lawmaking is unconstitutional slop. President Obama did not have the power to unilaterally rewrite immigration law with DACA, and President Trump does not have the power to unilaterally rewrite the payroll tax law." This was from a Republican lawmaker from Nebraska. And he basically said President Trump is violating the Constitution. Yep, that's what he said. Ben Sasse, Republican lawmaker from Nebraska, he said President Trump does not have the power to unilaterally rewrite the tax law. I said that under the Constitution, that power belongs to the American people acting through their members of Congress. Okay, so is this an overreach, an extension of presidential power? You be the judge. U.S. Representative Justin Amash from Michigan was harsher. He said, our constitution does not authorize the president to act as king whenever Congress doesn't legislate. Justin Amash, our constitution doesn't authorize the president to act as king whenever Congress doesn't legislate. Now, this is an important Republican, Senate Judiciary Chairman Lindsey Graham. His comments were less harsh, but he said that while he appreciated the president's orders, he would much prefer a congressional agreement. Lindsey Graham. Senator Lamar Alexander from Tennessee, Republican, he blamed Democrats for failing to reach an agreement but indicated he didn't support the president circumventing Congress. He said, and I quote in a statement, the president is doing all he can to help workers, students and renters, but Congress is the one who should be acting. And yes, Congress needs to act. The House and the Senate need to see eye to eye. Lot better than what we are going through right now. Lot better. Democrats, as you might predict, attacked President Trump's actions. Democrats blasted the executive orders. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi and Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer said in a statement on Saturday that the administration's moves amounted to a little bit more than empty gestures. I mentioned this in a previous video, but it's worth repeating. These policy announcements provide little real help to families. Pelosi and Schumer said, instead of passing a bill, now President Trump is cutting families' unemployment benefits and pushing states further into budget crisis, forcing them to make devastating cuts to life or death services. If the state is short of money and now has an executive order to pay unemployment benefits, and they pay unemployment benefits, what if they run short of money for schools? What if they run short of money for hospitals? What if they run short of money for the police? What if you call 911 and no one answers? Seriously. What if you call 911 and no one answers? Why? Because there was a federal order asking for money to be rerouted. I mean, that's basically what the Democrats are saying. I quote the Democrats, forcing them to make devastating cuts to life or death services. Senator Ron Wyden from Oregon, Democrat, said, this scheme is a classic Trump con. Play acting at leadership while robbing families of the support they need. This plan fails to reinstate supercharged unemployment and would throw already overburdened state programs into chaos, making it harder to get benefits out the door. Now, many experts have said that the president has no legal basis to unilaterally extend unemployment benefits. Isn't that interesting, guys? I made many videos today, and believe it or not, I do have another video for you because I wanted to get the full story out there. If you learned something new from this video, I want you to please do something for me because I'm doing as much as I can for you. All you have to do is click the like button. That's all I ask. It's not too much to ask for. If you're watching, especially if you watched all the way to the end and you learned something new, please click the like button. Please subscribe. If you learned something new, please enable notifications so you get an instant update going forward. I release videos at 2 p.m. East Coast time most days of the week, so make sure you're subscribed to the channel so you get instantly notified. Enable notifications. If you want to get breaking news and alerts from us, please get your cell phone out, type in the message box the word ignition or the word time, and send a text message to 70,000. That's 70000, and then you'll be able to get instant alerts from us. You can opt out at any time. You'll also get on our email list as long as you agree to a quick disclaimer, and you can opt out at any time. I so appreciate you watching. Please click the like button, please subscribe, and also please enable notifications so you get instant updates going forward. Thank you so much. I will see you in the next video. Bye.